All right. We're fine now. Yeah, it's just YouTube. The YouTube interlaced or whatever. It fucked up, completely screwed up the entire thing. Fantastic. All right, we'll finish this video. It's almost done. It's almost done. I'm gonna have to piece this together. I'm not gonna do it for the live stream. Just the when we do this as a breakout video, I'll have to filter this together. All right, so let's continue with this.
In that respect, I have a lot of confidence in what they're doing. They're doing things that aren't the traditional model. And you know what? Sony's not doing the traditional model either anymore with their expansion into PC and other categories. But Xbox is really kind of leading the way on doing things differently, partially because they have to, but partially because there's opportunity there. So, but one of the things that they have to keep doing is adjusting on the fly because not every idea is going to work. And trying to find the best way forward through those bumps in the road is kind of how that works. So, cautiously optimistic, but yeah, they might come out with an Xbox OS Steam Deck like device. They might come out with some other crazy thing. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, see, now he's saying if they come out with a Xbox Stream Deck option type of thing, that would be huge. That would be huge.
That's right. And that could change the dynamic as well. So ultimately, though, I'm glad that games are getting in front of more people in more places because the consumer of today, the game player of today, demands playing what they want, where they want, with who they want, or with whom they want. And forcing people to just go down one road may not be the optimal case for everyone.
But he literally just said doom and gloom in the segment before about how the prices are going to go up and stuff. And I said that people are going to go more towards the streaming services. And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy about what they're doing.
I like that. The question came from BJ Bernardo as a YouTube super chat. BJ says, great interview, guys. Thank you, BJ.
Thanks, BJ.
How does Game Pass and subscription services affect the internal equation you were talking about earlier in the show? Do they make gaming a little more accessible?
It does. So subscription services have been weird. They had a pretty nice growth period there in 2021. Of course, Game Pass Ultimate came around. Nice little boost there. But for several years, spending on subscription services was flat.
Yep.
There's a percentage of the audience, probably a good.
You mean sort of like consoles since they peaked at 2008? I mean, like that peak type of thing?
Chunk of the folks in the chat who subscribe because they are super interested in playing a lot of games, a lot of variety. But what we found is that audience is not mass market. The mass market audience, they'll buy their 2 games or 1 or 2 games a year and play Fortnite and be just fine with it. They're not interested in a service like PS Plus Extra or Game Pass.
Yeah, 70. What was it? It was 30%. No, it was 40% of the people are playing 10 games, and then it was an additional 16 or 20% that was just buying 1 game every 6 months. So that's 60% of the market is buying 2 games or not buying a game at all and playing the top 10 games.
Ultimate. Now, Call of Duty helped boost it a little bit, but it's like a 12% growth rate in total subscription spending because of it. It wasn't this massive jump. So it is
12% is a pretty big jump.
What we're seeing as subscription services now is a nice supplement to the main offering, which is the premium content.
I think the year before was like 4%. So it went up 8%. That's a big number.
Sold at a premium price, or free to play, driven by add-on content spend. Subscriptions a nice to have. It's a little bit of an extra rather than a core selling component of a platform at this point.
Excellent, Matt. I love you, and you're a great guest.
That's exactly what I did. I literally stopped the stream and started it again. It was YouTube. It wasn't my computer.
I could talk to you all day long, but I know you have to do real work at some point. So I got 2 questions and then a rapid fire segment, and then I'll get you on your way, I swear. Motor World Hype super chats for question number 1 and says, what would Matt say is the number 1 contributing factor to the inflating cost of making AAA games?
So to be honest, that side of the equation isn't really my wheelhouse anymore since I left publishing. Really tough for me to say. I think, the general assumption that the games have become bigger and more complicated, have required more people, is probably the right direction. But honestly, I don't know.
Fair. I lied. There was one other super chat I wanted to get to. It came from Dakota. Dakota super chatted and said, any advice for an aspiring entertainment media analyst? I have a master's of business analytics and an MBA, but I'm struggling to get a response. Thanks.
I got very lucky. I was pulled in 2005. I was working at Master Foods USA in Vernon, California, analyzing dog food sales. And if you don't know Vernon, it's a very industrial part of Los Angeles. It was next door to the Farmer John
I know he's answering
hot
a
dog
question,
factory.
Okay.
So it did not smell good. Anyways, that's kind of a sidetrack. But I was pulled in at a point in the industry's time when I got very lucky. Today, there are more opportunities to get data and get involved in it. There are a couple people that built careers out of that very approach. Daniel Ahmad,
Yeah.
huge on the social media. He was just someone on forums that would collect data and analyze earnings reports, and he's turned that into an incredible career. He's a fantastic analyst. There are some folks on places like the Install Base forum who do absolute wonders with very limited data inputs. So when you're talking about this stuff, just look at the earnings reports, dig into the data that's available, and just keep applying and keep in mind that any analytics role that gets you some experience and digging into the numbers, at some point can be applied to those areas that you're passionate about. And I wish you all of the best. I don't know if that's good advice.
That's great advice, I think, personally. Great job on that. And then my final question before the rapid fire section is this. You listen to podcasts, you see everybody on social media. What would you say, both for pundits like me, but also just the audience of the people in the chat who are talking to you about games? What's the biggest thing we don't get that you look at like, oh my God, I can't believe that people don't understand this aspect or this?
I can tell you, the industry doesn't understand what Microsoft is doing with the streaming service. They don't understand how they're abandoning the majority of the console market and going digital and subscription service. That's what they don't understand.
Idea.
For the most part, the people I chat with, or when I listen to you or Bosman or some of the other folks that are talking about this stuff a lot, like, you guys get it.
Okay.
And a lot of the people I talk to on social media, they get it. I think what trips people up is, and this trips people up across the board in life, is they think that their own sample size of one or their sample size of close friends are representative of the overall market, and then they make assumptions based on what they like, as though the entire industry works that way.
Yep.
I think that's the one thing that trips people up. Have empathy, put yourself in other people's shoes, think about the things that they might want and the pressures that they might be under, and try to help, try to understand where someone else might be coming from. That's not just, talking about video games, but kind of talking about life. But it's the same kind of thing, I think, which really kind of trips people up when they talk about gaming.
What are we talking about right now? We're talking about gaming, right? Empathy for who? I'm supposed to have empathy for a person that doesn't like a game I like? I'm confused. Where did he go with this?
Excellent. Okay, I have 5 rapid fire. Clear your mind.
Was that towards the devs? Who was that to? I was with him until he said about different people's lives. Yeah, I'm confused. What the question was, what don't we get? And then he went into be more empathetic for what their opinions. Like, if I like a game and you don't like a game, I have to be empathetic towards you not liking the game that I like, or vice versa. I have to be more empathetic for a person that likes the game that I don't like. I'm confused. It's just my opinion. You have your opinion. We have a conversation. We go back and forth. What's the empathy for?
Mind. I say it, you tell me what's going on, okay?
Yes.
AI in gaming.
Gonna happen. Gonna happen. Gonna happen. Lots of people are gonna lose their jobs because AI is going to do basically what people are doing right now for coding for games anyway.
Look, AI has been in gaming for a very long time. Incredible tool to be used for development. Gen AI, completely different thing. I believe people want to play and experience stories created by people.
You will not be able to tell the difference between a person typing in something or an AI learning how that person types and then tells a story. It's very simple for the AI to look at all other stories and see how they're written instantaneously like that to go, oh, this is how they write. This is how humans think. You will not be able to know the difference. You don't even know the difference right now with AI art generation. Okay. You have no idea if it was painted by a person or by AI. Zero. And someone says, oh, that's AI. You have no idea. And that is the problem. The problem is it'll be so close or so indistinguishable, you would not be able to tell.
I don't think that having Gen AI create a game, well, I don't, the technology is going to develop. But ultimately, I think people want to experience stories told by storytellers. I guess I'll leave it at that.
If you don't know it's made by AI and you just play a story, not until the very end did someone say, oh, that game was made by AI. You'd be like, oh, shit.
Great answer.
World says, man, those songs that have alone proves you can create a story well enough for people to know the difference.
Future of physical versus digital.
It'll be indistinguishable. This is what's happening now. You could go, oh, that's AI. That's AI.
You have another.
What was the question there?
I think people want to experience stories told by storytellers. I guess I'll leave it at that.
Great answer. The future of physical versus digital.
There'll always be physical. There's still records.
You have another 10 years.
Okay.
Nintendo will be the last company really supporting it. Right now, physical has been in steep decline over the past year.
Steep decline.
Physical software sales in January hit an all-time January low. So, if you want to have physical games available, buy physical games because fewer people are doing it.
So here's what it is. He says, if you want to keep buying physical games, buy physical games. Sure, I believe that. Until the market decides that it's not worth to sell physical games. Right? Then you'll have limited run games. You'll have smaller. There will be physical market, but it's going to be very few. It's almost like when you went to GameStop. If you didn't pre-order a game ahead of time, you came in as a walk-in, you're like, hey, can I have this game? And they're like, oh, sorry, we only ordered enough for the pre-orders. That's it. That's it. So now, if you want a physical copy, that's a way GameStop can make money. GameStop can make money by they only get physical copies at GameStop. You can't get it off Amazon or stuff like that. Right?
PlayStation 5 Pro.
What was this?
PlayStation 5 Pro.
So remember we're talking about the older, more affluent console consumer?
Yeah.
Perfect fit for that. In fact, in the fourth quarter last year, we saw a pretty big spike in that 100K plus audience. So in the third quarter of last year, July through September, about 35% of console buyers were 100K plus. In the fourth quarter, the holiday quarter, it jumped to 49%. So, I think that aligns with the PS5 Pro launch. It's a premium device targeted at an affluent consumer. It did its job, and that's what it's for.
Right.
It's not meant to replace the base SKU, but it's meant to increase the price paid if someone's willing to pay it.
Fantastic. Your fourth prompt here, Switch 2 predictions.
I'm hoping it's first half. I think it'll do well.
I think it'll be out before
I think
summer.
the Switch outselling the PlayStation 2 in the United States so far sets an incredibly high bar. I don't know that Switch 2 will be able to achieve in the current market, although it could get close. I'm cautiously optimistic. The uncertainty around price points makes me extremely nervous, especially with tariffs potentially hitting in and around launch. A lot of uncertainty in that respect, but is Nintendo going to deliver a great product? I mean, of course, I would bet on that every single day. So I think it's going to be a great product, and hopefully it finds a great response.
And your final rapid fire prompt, self-care.
Self-care is great. Look.
Hey, go touch grass. Get some sun.
These are interesting times, and you have to control what you can control. And if entities are mucking around with your personal data, you should take steps to protect it. If you're feeling stressed out, step back, manage what you can manage, control what you control, be good to people around you, no matter where you are on the political spectrum. And hopefully, everything will be okay. But if you get overwhelmed, ask for help. It's an overwhelming time.
Yeah, guys, I can't afford eggs, but I'm gonna buy the next battle pass. Right? That's what he said earlier. It's a hobby market, and people that are struggling, would rather buy video games than eggs and complain about eggs.
Matt, you are such a ray of sunshine. I bring up the self-care topic because, of course, you are awesome on Blue Sky at giving all the video game stuff and then also just dropping in, hey, it's Saturday and everything is still off the rails. So do some self-care, wash your sheets, they're gross, and replace that sad excuse.
So I think they're done here. That's kind of funny. Look, there's a lot of good information there. But as he said, the majority of the market is playing 10 games. The majority of the market is playing 10 games. And then 20% of the market's buying 1 or 2 games. And then less and less, 16% we're buying more than, or 14% we're buying more than 1 game a month, right? And that goes from either, cheap to expensive. I don't think those people are buying $70 games every single month, but who knows, right? I would like to know the people that buy games. I want to know if they could break that down. If the people that are buying games, 1 game a month, if that's on console or if that's on PC. I would love a breakdown of that breakdown of how many people are buying. If it was like 14% or 12%, whatever what he said earlier. If that's on PC, if that's on console, it's on both, and what percentage is higher. So go to Kind of Funny. Links in the description down below. It should be, I think, because we rebooted this one. Let me make sure. Yeah, it is, but I gotta relabel it. The links are in the description down below. So give Kind of Funny a like since we watched it here. Eclipse says that's one thing we agree on because I think that we want to get early sales in spring, and then the holidays come around, get more sales. Yeah, I think it comes in around May or June, so the beginning of summer is where I think it comes in. 100%. They'll get the influx of people buying it, that percentage of people that buy it up front, and then they'll get more sales for the holiday season as well. Like a 1-2 combo type of thing. I find it interesting that Sony would invest God knows how much money to tell a console to a niche audience. That's a side. I love that he said that console has peaked in 2008. But yet there's people that come in here and argue with me that console sales are more than ever. Okay. Sure. Stream started 20 minutes ago. Does this mean we go for another 3 hours? Well, Jones, I have Legendary Drops video. It's 12:30 now. That's a 25-minute long video, 23-minute long video. I think we'll do that video too. We'll do that video as well. Let me just go grab a drink real fast. Let me refill my water because usually I'm done by this time. We'll watch this. We'll go to like 1:30. So give me 1 second. You guys can listen to music while I walk away. Be right back.
With a spark, a vision in your mind, a world unbuilt, a hero undefined. Sketches on paper, a story to be told. Dreaming of the magic, the pixels turn to gold. Code and design, long nights in the grind. Passion's the fuel when the stars don't align. From the art to the sound, every piece in its place. Building up a masterpiece, 1 line of code, 1 face. Make a game, sell a game, bring the dream alive. With blood, sweat, and tears, it's the reason we strive. From the heart to the screen, let the passion remain. Through the highs, through the lows, make a game, sell a game. Debugging the chaos, fixing every bug, pouring love into levels, giving players a hug. Balancing the battles, perfecting every move, every click, every jump, it's the rhythm of the groove. Teams come together, each one plays a part, programmers with logic, artists.
So I just remembered, I can't do the, I got my drink, but I can't go past 1 o'clock. I have we have an appointment today. I can't do it. So we're gonna have to save this for next week. We'll have to save the Legendary Drop one for next week. Yeah, I won't be able to do it. I have a meeting at 1 o'clock. I literally walked away and I was looking at my phone and I was like, oh shit, today's Thursday. And today, yeah. So we'll have to watch Legendary drop probably Monday. We're going to stream tonight a little bit of Avowed after GXG. So tonight, we're done right now, but we're not done for the day. So Generation X Gaming, weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week. We rant along the way. Is tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. So come on out for that show right here on 30NSG. Then after that, we'll be over on 30 and Still Gaming. We'll play about an hour and a half or so, 2 hours worth of Avowed. And then tomorrow, I'll probably play again sometime in the afternoon, morning, or whatever for more Avowed because we want to try to get through that campaign and whatnot and play the game. So appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. I do appreciate you very much for coming out. If you'd like to help us out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Sunshine, rise and shine. The daily grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixel small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. Infinity, tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Controller ready, headset too, we've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Laughs and news, our winning blend, the show with you, our dearest friend. Comments rolling, chats alive, the daily grind, 5-star vibe. Tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the daily grind, your morning fix. Good morning, sunshine, rise and shine. The daily grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixel small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. Tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new